Hello, mind friends. I wanted to share something that's so spiritual gangster-like about clean eating. It's probably the biggest benefit to clean eating, and it's something that is paid the littlest amount of attention, if not no attention at all. So check this out and comment below in the comments. Have you heard of this before? After I tell it to you, watch the rest of this video. I'll keep it short. But the biggest benefit to clean eating is that you get to have more control of your own brain. Here's what's going on with the majority of the food that's being sold to us. The majority of our food is contaminated with genetically modified organisms. Other human beings thinking that somehow we're smarter than nature. How arrogant are we as a species to even get involved in that? But most of the food, like 90-95% of the food at a typical grocery store, is contaminated with genetically modified organisms. Now, when man gets in the way of nature and we start messing with that stuff, like the genetic makeup of our food, stuff that we put in our bodies that we eat, here's what happens. It starts to biologically and physically mess with your brain. It starts to rewire things. We're messing with something that we don't even understand. By our own admission, we don't understand how the brain works. We understand certain things about it, but we're not even close to like totally decoding the brain, and we never will be. But at the same time, we're genetically modifying things we put in our mouths that we consume, and it messes with our brains. Think about that for a moment. Think about the spike in mental illnesses and behavioral disorders and with our kids and adults that's happening right now. It's going through the roof. And we're not even, as a culture, we're not even question this. That's not even a discussion within our media, within our politics. It's nowhere. We're not even questioning the genetic manipulation that's going on inside of our brains from the food that we're eating. I believe there's a direct link between the sudden spike in mental illness, spike in suicides, child behavioral disorders, and the food that we eat. It goes up in direct proportion. It seems to be a direct correlation. The more we genetically modify our foods, the more we get these cases of mental illness. So this is the one piece of real estate, this real estate between our ears, is it's the one thing that we actually get to have 100% complete control over. We don't have complete control over the value of anything else outside of our brain. It's just our brain. And we're losing that. The one thing that we have complete control, we're losing that because of the arrogance that human beings have in believing that we have a right to genetically modify our foods, and we're paying a huge price for that. It's not worth it. So there's very few foods that's truly organic and free of being genetically manipulated and modified. And that's what we have to focus our dollars on. We can protest all we want with picket signs and this and that. That doesn't work. That just makes us look like fools to the 1%. We'll just call it like the top 0.1% of people that are profiting from making us sick, like becoming filthy, stinking rich. We look like complete fools protesting and these words coming out of our mouths when we're not willing to back it up with how we spend our money. It's our money is what they follow. We vote every day with our dollars and what we spend our money on. When we buy these genetically modified foods, we're telling industry, give me more of that. And if we're protesting on the streets, all the while our money is doing the complete opposite of what we're protesting, who gives a flip? They're going to keep giving us what we're demanding with our money, not with what comes out of our mouth. Now, if we align perfectly with what comes out of our mouth, with how our feet follow and how we spend our money, then we're in business of finally healing from all these sicknesses that we have in our culture, especially mental illness and disease, and just being able to capture control of our own brain. That's a pretty big deal to lose control over your brain. When you start eating foods that messes with the chemistry of your brain, the genetically modified foods, it's not just mental disorders, but even just shy of that, at the very least, you're going to be manipulated into buying more of the fake foods that have the genetically modified organisms, because the GMO is a fake food. That's not real food. It's like a marketing tactic. For the sake of marketing and making money, they're altering the chemistry in your brain to make you want to buy more of what they're selling. The artificial sweeteners, the trans fats, the salty foods, and things like that. so that you crave it and you want more. And then things that are supposed to be sweet, like vegetables, yeah, vegetables are supposed to be sweet. They're supposed to make you feel euphoric, right? But they don't. For a lot of you, vegetables don't taste very good because you've been manipulated. What's the thing that a lot of people say who like their greasy, deep fried, double wide, artificial this and that? And it's like, it's a free country. I'm making a free choice because I'm a free person. That's not true. You've fallen victim to that terrible illusion that they've sold you. They've sold you that you're free, but it's a farce. It's total fraud. You're not free. If you're eating foods that's genetically messing with and manipulating your brain, you've been manipulated and living under this illusion that you're free. They say that the devil's greatest victory is for the devil to convince people that he doesn't exist. Well, you know what? The greatest victory is for major pharmaceutical and major food production companies. Their greatest victory is convincing you that you're actually a free human being, making those free choices to buy their foods. That's taking control of your brain. You're losing control over your brain. And a lot of you think you're free human beings, and you're not. You're losing the value. You're losing the value of, and also the control, the 100% control that you have over your brain because you're eating foods that's taking that away from you. The only remedy to that is to stop buying that food and stop eating that food. Buy truly organic food that's free of GMOs. And then the number one argument I hear against that for people that are actually starting to think about it is it costs more money. It does cost more money at the cash register. However, it really doesn't cost more money because of subsidies. The government subsidizes farmers and other people who are using GMOs and growing enough corn that's GMO and things like that. Farmers that grow organic food free of GMOs, they don't get any subsidies. In fact, not only do they not get any subsidies, but they also have to pay extra fees to be able to label their food as organic. How crazy is that? So the government has totally incentivized GMO foods, your brain to be manipulated. Obviously, there's a problem with that. So really, the real cost is not more money. Actually, when you factor in doctor bills and other healthcare related costs, people that think they're saving money by saving a nickel or a dollar here and there, buying the cheaper food, those people spend an average of 6 figures, that's $100,000 or more throughout the course of their lives, extra on healthcare related costs. The cheaper food is costing you more money and more in terms of how you feel. It's also costing you control over your own brain, and you can't put a price on that. But even the things that you can put a price on, it is still costing you more money to get the cheaper food. But most people will not look beyond what the eyes can see, especially right up front. Most people have the attention span of a goldfish. That's the honest to God truth. If you're open to opening up your attention span to more than a 15-minute goldfish, and you're open to learning, and you're open to giving a damn about your life and about what you vote for with your dollars every day, then start making these discoveries. You can do it. I'm not saying any of this to put anybody down. I want you to just have a different belief, like a shift in your foundation in your brain to start going, oh my God, and then start doing your own research. You don't have to listen to some talking head with long hair wearing a spiritual gangster t-shirt on a video online. Just use what I'm saying to start doing your own research. Find out the truth about the food that you've been eating that has been becoming a part of you. And you can decide to make better food choices, which has a domino effect over the rest of your life. People that spend more money on better food actually have more money. People that spend less money on cheaper food actually have less money, so that plan isn't working out anyway. The purpose of saving money, getting cheap food, they just don't, it doesn't correlate. People that are broke are generally broke in every aspect of their lives. It starts up here, it starts in your brain. You just have to make a different decision today than you made yesterday. You've changed your mind in the past. You've proven you can change your mind again. You've learned new skills in the past. You've proven you can learn new skills again. You can draw a line in the sand, make new discoveries, change your mind to get a different outcome tomorrow. Have more money, have more health, have more wealth, more freedom, have more whatever of the things that you think is good. And you can be a free person instead of living this life of a lie that you think you're free and you're not. Your brain has been manipulated, absolutely, if you're eating GMOs. It's like not even an opinion, it's a fact. So make a different decision. Reclaim your freedom, reclaim control of your brain. Make better decisions that are more serving of you and other people around you. If you dig this message, You might like my website, fireyyourboss.xyz. I don't have a job, don't want a job, I don't work for money. And sorry about that, my camera just stopped, so here's a continuation. It'll be less than another minute. As I was saying, fireyyourboss.xyz. That's my website. You might dig it, especially if you dig the content in this video. You'll probably love it. Thousands of pieces of content. I work for free. I don't trade my time for money. Don't have a job. Don't want a job. I work for free, and I love saying that, so I say that in most of my videos. Also, share this if you feel this is worthy of sharing and putting this message out there. Click the share button and put it out there. All right, bye for now. If you made it to the end of this video, feel free to add that to your comment below that you did. I'd be tickled because most people, like I said, the attention span of a goldfish won't make it, but if you're one of the few, wow, that's pretty cool. Bye for now. Next video coming soon.